I've, I've
Yeah.
leveled up. Oh my god, was cunning action.
Well, we are live now since I started the broadcast. Welcome, hello, hey. Apparently, we all know that our friend Warder has all he got was cutting action, which, when you think about it, the ability to take a hide or dodge or dash action that everyone else needs to spend an action on as a bonus action instead is totally not overpowered at all.
I find
So,
the right hiding place, and yeah, there is OP.
all right. So, going into introductions to what this actually is, this is the final part, I feel, of the alpha testing stages of Saturday Morning Tabletop, the Saturday morning cartoonized RPG that I've been working on fairly obsessively for the past 2 months. We're testing how the quests that I've written for the core book run, as well as the new experience system, and to see if it holds up in the way I hope it to hold up. We have before us four intrepid young gentlemen playing some Saturday morning heroes. So if you'd like to reintroduce your hero and do a little recap of what you were doing in your downtime between sessions, feel free. Going from my left to my right, we'll start with Adam, which is showing up for the first time in this particular series of tests.
Woo! I'm an old man. Hi. I'm Adam. I do stuff. I'm playing an old fart. Not so evildoer, invoker, wizard, frost goblin, who is an old fart. Who's level 1?
You have a name for your Frost Goblin?
Z. No one's allowed to know his real name.
Z, the Frost Goblin. All right. And moving right along to my boy Brian.
Just unmute myself, buddy. Hi, I'm Brian, and I play the Yeti Grimrock. Grimrock nearly got his ass handed to him last episode by a giant troll. And now he's just trying to find his way in this strange world and his strange way of saying things.
And now, Hassan.
Yeah, hey everyone, and I'll be returning as Warder, our cunning elven thief friend. And he's still determined to sell that dagger to that troll somehow.
Sabe!
Oh, hey, he finally got my name right at least. And, hey guys, I'm Suhaib, and I'm gonna play Ragnar Shen. For those who actually saw the first game, I kind of had to leave. What actually happened that, well, some things happened, and I'm gonna return as Ragnar Shen again. He's a pit warrior, a human, and he's not a child, not so much a child. He's gonna try to do a bit takedowns and ground and pound and whatever not, and well, that's it for me.
So, gentlemen, let's get dangerous. So, as I said, those of you who were actually a part of the first fighting and have taken this long rest, which would be Grimrock and Warder, you meet back up with an old friend of yours, Ragnar Nashen. He got a little bit turned around, apparently, but he's back on the scene, and he arrives with a new would-be hero, though unknown as well, a frost goblin that goes by the name of Z. Now, what you do know is that the information you gleaned from the lumberjacks, right? The information you gleaned from the mayor of the moment, Mayor Muttons. Adam, you would also know that the mayor is Billy Goat Muttons. A lot of the townsfolk refer to him as Billy Goat Muttons because he's always chewing on some sort of blade of grass. Now that you're all well rested, let's see. We'll say Adam, add 1 experience to your experience bank.
Boop. Done.
And you know without having to learn it from anyone else, that it was actually Billy Goat Muttons that struck a deal with the troll.
That damn bastard.
So Billy Goat Muttons, to save Fiskton from being destroyed by the troll, made a deal with the troll, and that's why the troll is under the bridge and requires 2 rations to cross his bridge.
I tell this to the group.
All right, and
Now everybody knows.
and everybody knows that you have been gathered here to help them find out what's going on with these wolf-riding goblins, because when do goblins decide to ride wolves, and how do wolves let themselves be ridden by these crazy green goblins? Both Grimrock and Warder, you already had the experience of fighting these things, where one goblin who was riding a wolf actually had command of 2 separate small packs of wolves that he sicked on our poor Grimrock.
Grimrock.
What would you heroes like to do now?
Well, the moment
Well,
Rag
first greet our lost friends and like, hey, sorry, I was just sent to the other dimension for quite a time, and I grab another friend of ours from there.
yeah. Well, it's all right. We didn't really miss you much. Actually, we got along fine, right, Grimrock?
Yeah, Grimrock, bite wolves, puppies.
Yeah.
But happy to see his tag team partner back.
I'm happy to see you too. So what's the plan now? What do we do?
You can go on, Adam, I guess.
Nelson, what is the state of the town?
Oh yeah.
It's kind of beat to hell. There's a lot of buildings that are half constructed. There's pile of like old rotted wood in some areas, snapped wood. Some of the buildings that were fixed are now, they have burnt out areas, holes where the fire had eaten through the wood of the buildings. Some of the piles of wood that they had stores of for reconstructing Fiskton have burnt out as well because of the recent attack by this goblin. And then there is a section of the town that 2 of the buildings are right out completely like destroyed, damn near leveled. One of the buildings looks to be like if it was some sort of inn or meeting hall.
Does this town have a defensive wall around it?
No, Fiston does not have a defensive wall.
So, is there dead guards, town guards about? Is there any town guards about?
If you look around, you might find a few citizens that have like swords and whatnot, but no armor. And it's more like a neighborhood watch than a structured town guard. And than something that Grimrock would be used to. But you can tell that the ones walking around with the swords are looking about things as if they're, the acting town guard, but they are grossly equipped for the job.
Okay. Grimrock sees all this and he's snorting and he's disgusted by the lack of town support and soldiers defending this place. Grimrock not like this. Grimrock thinks that Muffin Man needs to tell Grimrock what's happening with all these silly men who don't know how to fight.
Hey, it's more work for us.
So, hold on. Someone going? All I hear is
Yeah, that came from the old man. Yeah.
Z is just making noise. So after discovering how horribly underprotected Fiskton is, and knowing already how resilient they are to remain citizens of Fiskton and make sure that there is a Fiskton around despite all the unfortunate happenstance around this poor town. What do you gentlemen do?
I believe we would follow our lead to that and head after that goblin.
Okay, so you start heading southward towards. There's what appears to be the old tree line that just has a bunch of tree stumps cut out. Apparently, this is where they got their wood for building and rebuilding and rebuilding Fiskton. You do manage to get past all the tree stumps to where the woods, start actually having real trees. And of course, these are all sort of deciduous in nature. They're like little pines and little needles. And as you go deeper and deeper, Grimrock, you can feel the little pricks and prickles. And it's nothing that you're not used to. As a matter of fact, Grimrock would probably find little pricks and prickles of pine needles fairly comforting, as his people, the wild men, have descended from this being their home rather than the confines of any town or city. So going deeper, you would eventually start hearing
You're
motion
announcing.
and what?
Sorry, is it colder?
It's just cold in general.
Alright.
This entire place is cold. It's not like it's winter or anything. There's no snowfall, but it's cold. You feel like once winter comes around. Well, being a Yeti, once winter comes around, the snow can get kind of thick.
As Grimrock just walks around, his large hand just caresses past the pine tree things as if he's just feeling the area and his surroundings, and he likes it. He likes being back in the woods.
Warder would
Yeah,
follow.
you goddamn hippie.
Warder would follow, but he'll stick close to the trees, trying to, remain as pressed up against as each trunk as he can. Remain out of sight of any prying eyes. And he'd roll his eyes a bit at Z's words as he continues moving on.
Yeah, Z is completely comfortable in this cold temperature. It doesn't really affect him. Much in the way that Grimrock is completely comfortable in these cold temperatures.
Should have brought an extra cloak.
Extra cloak is not going to help in this winter, at least not me. Ragnar is kind of shivering at the moment and while moving forward. trying to look here and there for anything, for enemies or whatever, since we are going for enemies.
Well, you'd start hearing what sounds like ripping and oh wait, this is RP13. We're not RPMA. We won't be going that detailed with stuff that might be questionably adult. So you just start hearing what sounds to be like a commotion, the clacking down of hard objects together, and the hollow echo of those objects as well.
Can we pinpoint exactly where the sound's coming from?
Yeah, you could find out where it's coming from. It's not like the sounds are muffled or hushed in any way. They're just simply blocked by the trees and the branches, which of course, clearing those away, you can track it down.
Rimrock hears a commotion!
Don't make more commotion out of now. We don't want that commotion to follow us. Ragnar is gonna carefully move a bit more hurriedly to see what the commotion is.
Yeah, Warder would follow, but he kind of circles around.
The old man follows.
All right. When you do eventually get to what seems to be a little bit of a clearing, the trees sort of densed up. They were closer and closer together, mere feet apart. But then it opens up to a small bit of a clearing, and you see 8 wolves. Right. 8 wolves nipping at each other. And it looks to be like there's one small pack of 4 that are very, very close and working in tandem against the others for what appears to be food beneath their feet.
But no
Are there any
goblins here.
goblins?
You don't see any goblins at all.
Hmm.
And past that, what about, are there any caves or something, or huts where goblins might be?
Any what?
Caves or huts?
Hearts?
Huts that you
I'm sorry. Which close sneezed?
camps
which
or
sneeze?
camps or whatever.
Oh, camps? No. You don't see any tents, any buildings, any camps. You just see a bunch of like hungry wolves defending their food against other wolves.
Yeah, Warder will.
Feet look like. Is it like a human? Is it like a dead goblin? What was it?
You can't really tell right now. It's indistinguishable now from its original state.
Nice.
Warder signals to the others, and he'll press finger to his lips, gesturing for them to be silent. And then he kind of gestures and suggests they try and move past the wolves as quietly and as unnoticed as they possibly can.
I
Well,
nudged
let's try
the
that
8.
then.
I don't know what that means. What does it mean?
Just keep following us, you old fart.
We be very quiet.
Alright, you don't have to tell me more than once. God damn it, good, big, hairy bastard. Fucking sake.
Alright, so you guys can move past this past these wolves that are fighting over some food. They don't even seem to address you. They're all just after what's before them right now. So you travel a little bit deeper into the forest, deeper into the wolfwood, and there's another little commotion that you start hearing.
What does it sound like?
It sounds like almost high-pitched squealing from where you guys are right now.
Like a scream?
Like
goblins?
Guess we should check out.
Yeah, I think we should, but I don't think the whole group should go. Let's one or two of us just move forward.
Yeah, I can go.
I can go on
You
note.
stay there.
I'll check it out.
Hey, don't put this old man down. This man is very fast.
Okay, I'm gonna let his character, Warder, go, and Ragnar's gonna follow a bit behind, keeping a bit of distance from Warder.
Yeah, Warder will try to remain as hidden as he can.
And the old man is blending into the bushes.
And apparently so is your wild man. That your Yeti seems he's hard to pinpoint at first, but you do eventually see him.
That's true.
Is one with these trees. So as you guys, those in front begin hearing more and more, which is Warder right now, right?
Yeah.
So you can obviously hear that this is speech. Does Warder know, what languages does Warder know?
With having that background, he knows Common, Elvish, Halfling, Dwarvish, and Goblin.
Okay, so he can understand that the high-pitched sounds are indeed goblin in nature, and he's like, "Holy cow, man! They were throwing around fire! Look, you see, they got me! They got me! These dang heroes! We must unite!" That's what you can glean before you actually see anything.
Okay, and what do I see?
You'd have to move even closer to see. And you said you were trying to hide while doing so?
Yeah, Warder is going to hold up his hand and just to stop the others. And he will try and move as close as he can without being seen.
So let me get a stealth check.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 16 on it, and with my...
You're fine. So Warder manages to just creep up like it's nothing. And finally, the other goblins that were speaking, you see that they're speaking. You get close enough to actually hear them. Listen, calm down. Calm down. Fire? You think fire? Oh, fire. We were throwing around fire in there anyway. That's what you went there to do. No, you don't understand. Like, these guys were like, there was no fire from nowhere. I mean, you know, Megaball did the whole thing with the stuff, and they did with the fire, and he burnt me. He burnt. Look.
I start moving up closer.
You know, then there's other goblins sort of like. You know, and you see. Oh. You see what looks to be a small goblin tribe.
About how many could I...
If you sit there and
how many?
count, there are...
A rough idea would do.
Okay. There are about 24 goblins that are pointing and laughing and chuckling and chatting. There's one goblin riding a wolf talking to a second goblin that was riding a wolf.
Wherefore you're lagging all these goblins?
Yeah, so once he's done all of this, Warder will make his way back to his party. And as soon as he reaches there, he's like, so, looks like we found a base camp.
Alright, now Warder, while you're leaving, please roll me a stealth check.
Okay.
And don't roll a 1.
I rolled a 15. Plus 5 more for my proficiency. So...
Yeah, that's a hell of a stealth check. So I'll pose a question to you guys. You can crack a branch and draw attention to your position and each and every one of you can gain 1 point of experience, or you can get away free and clear.
That's not tempting me to get the experience and put the whole party in trouble. But I won't decide. So
Yeah, when Voider, by the time when he returns, he'll explain the situation to them, tell them exactly how many there are, and then he says, you know, you could pick him off right here. They don't know we're here. Set up a few traps, lure them out,
I could be paid.
Grimrock wanted to beat up goblins.
and you'll get to, big guy.
I know how to crack bones, but traps, that's not my field.
Yeah,
That
I
is the
could take out the
problem.
Wolf Riders.
Can you?
Oh, believe me.
Well
And
then,
I
what
point
do you do?
2 fingers at him like a gun, like I go pew pew.
Yeah, Voider grins.
So Grimrock grins and cracks his fingers. Are we good? We fight? Yeah?
We
Yeah,
see what
and Ragnar also cracks this. Well, then I'm ready for that.
And then over into in between 2 large trees in the distance, in the opposite direction of the goblins, you seem to see one very dark-skinned, well-dressed brownie also cracking some knuckles, smiling and then pointing to you guys. Huh?
Hey, I give him a thumbs up.
Ragnar is like, who are you? I mean, in his mind, not really speaking it.
Voider will look at the brownie, he'll shrug and then he'll turn back to look at his friend. Would the brownie have a pile of gold coins?
You don't see him having a pile of gold coins.
Okay,
He's
then Voider has
standing
no
there cracking his knuckles and flexing.
If there's no gold, Voider has no interest in that goblin. Brownie.
Brony,
Sorry.
yes.
And, well, if it's all decided, let's see how many we can lure out one by one.
Bring goblins to Grimrock.
You could just try tossing a pebble at him. See what happens.
Oh,
If it's a pebble, can we find some rock or something around here? A few, actually.
Yes,
Earthquake.
you're outside in the woods.
Yeah. So I'm gonna grab a few rocks and try to, throw it in the opposite, to the other side of where the goblins are, to hit the tree. So maybe they feel like they feel that the branches of the other side kind of got shaken and someone's to the other side.
Okay, so roll me a deception check.
Wait a second, a deception is necessary.
Well, you're trying to deceive them as to what your position is.
Well, let's try. It's a 12. I don't think there are any modifiers for me because I'm not proficient with that.
You can add your charisma
Yep.
mod.
Yeah, but it's 0.
So,
So 12.
when you do that, the rock hits off in the distance, and you can hear those who can understand Goblin. Ah, the hair! Take battle possessions!
That's
They
spectacular.
squeaky. What they squeak?
What
Adele.
did they say?
they're coming.
Oh,
They are
oh
moving
goody.
in the opposite direction, right?
What was that?
They are moving in the opposite direction where the stone hit.
Well, the only one that went up to see was Warder, and then he returned back to tell you guys what was going on.
So Warder?
Well, Warder has to go back there and see again.
Voider will try and sneak up very
I'm
slowly.
gonna go there to myself to see what's happening, like stealthily, not.
So
If I'm-
let me get Let me get a stealth check from the both of you.
Okay.
Uh,
That's 10 and
I went
that's
from amazing
total
thief to
15.
awful thief.
So
Like,
Oh
apparently,
wow. Oh
Warder,
wow.
so concerned about Ragnar, turned around and told Ragnar, "Watch out! Don't step on that branch!" And
Okay, as he does that, Ragnar kind of jumps for no reason because he screams.
I turn to the Yeti and be like, "Hey, big man, put me on your shoulder."
Okay, come here, little goblin.
Oh my god.
all right, so with that very stealthy yell, would everyone like to roll initiative?
Of course, I'll be better than this.
I
8.
got a 3. Oops.
I'm no.
Do we have?
Would you
Do
be
we have
kind enough to put it in chat, or
Of course.
Snapchat?
what's initiative bonus? I forget.
It's your dexterity
It's
modifier.
plus Dex.
Oh, awesome! 6.
All right.
You had to roll that high.
Oh wait, that'd be 22. Ha, plus 3. Yes, high enough.
Oh no, 7. I do apologize.
All right.
Yeah, that's that.
So give me a second. This is a pretty big fight.
Yeah,
So who rolled that 21? That was Warder.
22. I miscalculated.
Oh, 22. Well, excuse me.
It makes such the difference.
It wow. 1, 2,
Hey, you never know. There's a 19 right there.
3.
Oh my god,
There's
there's so many.
there. Well, yeah, you do see once they start coming through. Warder rolled the highest, so Warder gets to react first.
Just because he, heard that talk about fire earlier, whoever is leading or looks to be leading this advancing group, Warder is going to cast Firebolt.
You see what looks to be like them splitting.
Okay.
I forgot to put the rest of them.
And
And it looks like one Wolf Rider is going off in the direction of where the pebble went before turning around at the very. I mean, I don't even know how they heard it, but the very minute utter yell from Warder. But it looks like the goblin that he was talking to, that didn't have that, brand new, almost still smoking burn mark on his back, is leading the majority of goblins directly to your position.
okay, that one will get a Firebolt then.
Go for it.
Yeah, as Warder just kind of just pop out, open up his palm and hurl, just ball of fire just shoot out. And that is a 16 plus 5.
That's
Oh,
definitely a hit.
and 1d10. Whoa. That is a
What?
full 10 fire damage as Warder just manages to hurl that fireball perfectly and explodes out of his palm.
All right. So he gets hit for 10. He's like, "Ah!" Does Warder do anything else after
Yeah, as
launching
soon
out?
as that is done, Voider is going to try and hide.
Alright, so roll your stealth check.
Yeah. Yeah, let that show up. I rolled it. My stream is being slow.
The wonders of Google Hangouts.
I'll just roll a d20. That will just be a 9.
A 9.
Yeah.
So the wolf rider rears up, ah! And before the wolf falls back down on all fours, the rider reaches behind him and pulls his short bow. And as he does so, he seems to already have an arrow knocked, and he's locking eyes with you, Warder, and brings the bow up to his eyes, and now you feel that at a distance you're staring down the shaft of his arrow before he goes, I see you.
Voider will gulp.
Let's see what happens. Oh!
Oh, God.
Golly. So Warner gets critically hit.
Oh no.
Okay.
Critical hits in Saturday Morning Tabletop are handled as max 1 dice of damage, and then you just roll and add the ability modifier. So that's what is that? 8 plus a d6.
Oh.
8 plus 5. He gets struck for 13 piercing damage.
And Voider will drop.
Golly! So he just says, I see you! Fires the arrow and it's like, right
Voider
towards Warder.
too busy trying to find a place to hide, and before he notices the arrow is already struck.
There is a flash of light, a small, and then Warder falls to the ground. And the goblin simply, as he's reaching into his quiver for another arrow, says, strike there! There! And the majority of this goblin, I wouldn't call them horde quite yet, but for you guys it feels like a horde. You can just hear the slapping of feet. Even though it's cold, these goblins are wearing next to nothing. There may be a few furs on them, but their feet are bare, their hands are uncovered. They have clubs and really old, rusty, axes and swords and daggers, and they seem to be crawling over each other like a tide of chirping green, snapping branches and twigs, and climbing over pines as they do, rushing towards your position. Ragnar.
Okay, so it's my turn now.
No, it's not your turn.
No? I'm getting hit?
You're going to be the focus of this small green tide right now. You and Warder were the ones that went up first.
I was supposed to be stealth. Damn you, Warder.
That one is a bad thing to roll. But yes. So these mobs and mobs of goblins. Let's see. Okay. We'll do one at a time. So they mob up. 6 of them start jumping at you. And does an 18 hit you?
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay,
I don't have any heavy armor here.
So you take a total of 18 bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage as they're beating you with clubs, slashing you with swords, and poking at you with daggers.
And with that, Ragnar also falls and down.
Golly. And then a second mob of 6 jumps into the pack like they're dogpiling on the rabbit. And you fail your first down and out save
Okay.
from taking damage from those. And the third mob of 6 jumps onto Warder. Oh, thank you. Excuse me. Jumps onto Warder, and Warder fails his first down and out save. But with that said, Ragnar, it is your turn. Please roll your down and out save.
Okay. Which is actually a 9. Why could you not have been a 10?
Yeah, you can feel it. You know, you're like that resurgence of energy is nearly there. You're not quite you don't have enough in you right now. The pile of 12 goblins beating on you is just a little bit too much, and you have failed your second down and out roll. If you fail one more, you're down and out.
Actually, can I use my second wind here now?
If you would like to use your second wind, yes, you can.
Yeah. So Ragnar is gonna use his second wind. He just feels this force, and he just stands back up all of a sudden. And he actually wants to attack really bad at the moment because of what goblins did.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what I can do here.
Remember to mark down a level of Haggard.
Yeah. No, second wind.
Oh, second wind. Ooh, that's right. Sorry.
No,
you're just badass. Get up, and you're like, I'm gonna whip your butt.
Oh yeah. Oh god, I have to grapple and then take them. That's gonna take too long.
Yeah. For most of the wrestling moves, you need to be grappled first.
Yeah. So Ragnar is just gonna take his stance and just goes and hits one of the goblin with a cross. Like hit him with the fist. That's gonna be 1d4 plus my strength.
All right.
Oh god, it's a 2.
It's a 2 total.
It's a miss. No, it's a 2 on d20.
Yeah. So all the hands and feet and clubs and metals just piling in your direction are too much for you to find purchase anywhere in this small green tide. Is that
They're too small for my size.
That's it for you?
I guess I can't do anything else at the moment. I don't even have action surge.
Okay, Z. You can at this time you can start seeing what's going on. They have piled up. They have broken branches and cleared a view of just. There's 18 goblins, so you can see them, and they're all piled up on top of each other. And then you can see just the small little upper half of Ragnar peeking up above them, trying to fight back. But unfortunately, you see Warder nowhere.
Oh, damn. The Yeti's going next, right?
No, it is your go first.
Yeah, no, he's going next after me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll hold my turn until he's finished. Because I'm on his shoulder, so he's moving. I'm moving with him.
All right.
No problem. You hear Grim Rocco?
Yep. Gonna be sick all
like this. How far away are these from me, Nelson?
Like 20 feet away.
20 feet. Alright, so I can move 30 feet?
Yes.
Okay. So Grimrock is stomping towards where all this action and chaos is ensuing, and then as he moves in closer, I say to see him in his right shoulder, hold on, and then you see Grimrock taking a deep breath, and I'm gonna release cold breath on all these goblins. Well, whatever you say, I can do.
Yeah. It's your thrust breath. So your proficiency modifier is what, 2? What's your constitution?
My constitution is 15.
That's a 2. So that's a DC 12 constitution save. And how many recoveries are you spending to unleash the attack?
No. Explain this to me.
The breath attack increases
I
the
have to
damage.
recover fully to do all this?
Do you know how you get recoveries as you level up?
Yeah.
Now, you would normally spend those recoveries to heal during a short rest. However, you can spend those recoveries instead to unleash the cold within. Depending on how many you unleash is the strength of the breath attack.
I think we're in real deep shit here.
So you have 1 recovery just to do the attack, and at level 2 you can expend 2 recoveries to deal a slightly stronger version.
Yeah, forgive me about that one, guys.
No problem. I'm gonna go for 2. I think we're all in trouble with these shits, and Grimrock is just letting it out.
So are you going to roll it or take the average? It's 3d6 and the average is 11.
3d6.
3d6, yes.
Is there anything I add to that, or anything else?
No, just flat 3d6. By the way, what's up, Josh?
We have been
Hey.
saying...
Gwildo has been tailing you behind the entire time.
I apologize. I got into a movie. I did not hear the alarm on my phone go off.
You came just in time, Josh.
You
Nelson,
came just
I
in
got
time, though.
a 12.
You got a 12 total?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Warder, you fail a second down and get back in the fight save because you take damage from the cold. And Ragnar, please roll a Constitution check to see if you take half damage from this. I mean, if you take no damage from this.
That's a 9.
A 9 is not enough. You take the 12 points of cold damage.
Sorry.
Oh God, you just had to.
The frost
Okay, I'm down.
on your back. And you go down once again. Now, you said you did 12 points of damage, right?
Yeah.
So you hear above whatever screams of pain Ragnar or Warder would have unleashed, there is a cacophonous chorus of chirping and squeals and goblin yelps. Ollie. And the majority, they didn't all die, but the majority of them all dropped. Like there's this huge green tide of bodies and like wood and metal. It's almost it's hard to distinguish any individual goblin in there, but now there seems to be 3 standing.
3 left.
Like just 3 just standing there looking at each other, sort of trying to warm themselves up.
So as Grimrock unleashes this whole breath and sees the aftermath, he just goes like that.
And Z, you were holding your action?
Yeah, you left them for me. Missile. I love magic missile at 2 of them.
Okay, so you launch 2 of your magic missiles. Magic missiles deal how much again?
3 average or 1d4 plus 1 on my spell mod.
Okay, so you deal 3 damage to each of them. To 2 of them, I mean.
Oh, we're using averages for the spells.
Is that what you wanted to do? Or did you want to roll the 1d4 plus 1?
Yeah, we'll roll 1d4.
Okay.
Why not?
So roll
Why
the
not?
first
I'll
one.
roll 1. Right. Boom. That is a 3, and do I add my spell mod to that? Or is that just a hit?
No, it hits automatically. The damage is just 1d4 plus 1.
Oh, alright. 3 to the first one, and...
Question.
Hmm?
I already know you're level 1, so this is your primary spell school.
Yes.
And you're an old fart.
Right.
That means you get to treat your AP as 2 when casting spells.
Oh my god, I get to times it by 2, don't I?
Yes.
So it's 6 to the first one, and 4 to the next one.
All right. So 4 total, right? So
Yeah, 6 to one of them, and
the first
4
one is trying to warm himself up, and he's like, flies away and gets blown away by the magic missile. The second one sort of tucks in and takes the hit, and he's rubbing his arm where he was hit with the missile, but he's still standing. So there's 2 standing goblins that you can see left.
I'll just try and intimidate them. Why not? Hey, you! Get here! I'm an old man!
All right, and you can see the goblin rider breaking through some pines into view. The second goblin rider has his short bow drawn, and he's a bit further away, but he's taking aim at Z right now since he can see Z is casting magic, and apparently he thinks Z is the one that did the cone thing as he's seeing everyone frozen, and then some more magic coming from Z's hands. He's like, ah! No more fire! And fires a bow, an arrow from his bow at you, Z. So, with disadvantage, I roll 2 12s.
Do I get cover from being on his shoulder?
Not from being on his shoulder, no.
Well, it doesn't hit. 13 AC.
Well, he gets a bonus to his attack. Just let me scroll down.
Oh my god, no!
He gets a +5 to hit, so a total of 17.
Well, damn, he hits the old man.
All right, so you take 5 points of piercing damage. She's like,
And I point my fingers at him.
no! And
Point my fingers at him.
he rides back off and he jumps behind some more pines and some needly bushes.
Yeah, you better run.
But following just behind him, as you were pointing your finger, you see another 6 goblins all like crawling on top of each other, laughing and chittering, starting to charge from there towards your direction. They climb through the trees and the bushes, and it's a little bit difficult for them, so they don't quite make it. But they're more than 15 feet, no more than 15 feet away from you right now, as they've closed their distance. And out of nowhere, from the shadows, Gwildo. Does Gwildo do anything?
Yes.
I
I can see. Gwildor can see we're in combat, and I'm very, very late. So I went ahead and rolled initiative for you. It's a 4, so that's why I'm so late, apparently. So, Gwildo will. Can I at least know where we are?
You're just in the Wolfwood. You're south of where Fiskton is, and apparently what was happening was that you guys tracked down the direction of where the wolf that was injured and the other wolves that were injured ran off to. You managed to avoid one pack of wolves that was fighting over some food. Just, skip them, didn't even bother with those. But this large group of goblins was discovered. There were 26 goblins in total. But the frost breath from Grimrock has seemed to put down the majority of them.
And what is left?
2 goblin wolf riders, one just west of your position, on his wolf with his bow drawn. He was out of range of the breath attack from Grognar. Then there is a second goblin wolf rider south of your position that did a ride-by archery attack. And from where he loosed his arrow, there are a group of 6 goblins closing in on you, which are basically on your position right now. And then 2 of the original group of 18 that was frosted. So there's only 2 of those individuals left.
Okay, I will go ahead and how far are the 2 that are left from the frosted goblins? How far are they away from me?
Like 10 feet, dude.
Okay, I will smile, come out of the woods in as a very large orange-furred yeti.
All right.
Have no idea how nobody saw me.
Well, Yetis are elusive, so they get advantage to rolling stealth while they're in wooded environments.
With bright orange fur?
You blend in with the bark, baby.
So at that point, I will, kind of smile at the 2 frosted goblins who are still alive and say, "So, you want to warm up? Let me help with that." Which point I will toss my coin up into the air, slap it with my hand, yell incendiary, and I'm going to cast combust between them.
And this is Grimrock's reaction when he sees an orange yeti just walk up. He just goes.
So just narrate how these 2 are incinerated in their combust spell.
So basically, there's this massive flash of fire, and quick bright flash, and when the flash goes away, all you see are 2 charred black skeletons, and the bones just kind of fall to the ground in a very cartoony fashion.
We're gonna have to upgrade the rating of this now. It's not RP-13 no more. We gotta MA this. Wonderful. So that's the
cartoon music, with when there are dancing skeletons.
And if that's all for our orange yeti,
yeah, that's it.
Warder, you're laying there in pain. Roll a get back in the fight check to see if you can get back in the fight.
I rolled a 19.
A 19. Okay, you can manage to get back in the fight, and if you want, push away the piles of goblins resting on top of you.
Yeah, Warder just. What did I miss? And does he see? What does he see? Closest enemy to him.
The closest enemy is about 20 feet away from Warder, which is another group of 6 goblins with very familiar green hands, like another small tide of goblins. These goblins are climbing all over each other, swinging their axes, swords, daggers, clubs,
Yeah,
and all manner of devices.
he gets to his feet, pushing the goblins off like, ho ho. And he will cast Firebolt again at any one of that group of goblins.
Okay. So just roll it.
And that is a 15, but my plus 5 more, that will...
That's more than enough.
And that's a 5 on the damage.
Alright.
Yeah, and as he burns this goblin, he's going to look at them and he'll be like, run, unless you all want to burn.
You just hear a little... Whoa! Get that one! Get that one!
He'll draw his rapier, and as a bonus action, he'll go into dodge.
Okay. So that skips over. All right. So the one rider that's a little bit further back that actually dropped you in the first place, you can hear him through the tree saying, "I still see you."
Ah, great.
And he's not nearly as close as the other goblins. He has his arrow drawn back. He's like, "You will not burn me. I'll make sure of it." And looses his arrow, but he's rolling with disadvantage. A 10 is all he gets.
And Voider this time sees that arrow coming, and he'll just kind of parry it away with his rapier.
He sort of purses his lips.
That won't work every time.
"I will not have you burn me." Kicks the wolf. The wolf rears up and runs further away and into the distance and dives behind some bushes out of view.
Okay.
And with that, Ragnar, let's see if you can get back in the fight again.
Yeah, hopefully. 14.
Okay, you can get back in the fight. So anybody that gets back in the fight, of course, add a level of Haggard before raising your hit points to your beat-up levels.
Yep. So Ragnar's back is totally frozen at the moment. He kind of, and he's currently on his face down, and he just tries to stand up. When he stands up, everyone sees his face, and it's really white, literally pale. He's like, his blood is frozen out. There are like icicles made around his nose. He looks to our dear friend Yeti who did that to me, and he in this frozen, shivering kind of like, are you trying to kill me? And he just imagines this for a moment because of the rage that he picks up this grim rock and throws him into goblins, but he doesn't do it because he's shivering at the moment. So for now, Ragnar is gonna find a rock, and he's gonna use that as a weapon and throw it at the goblin. Guys, I think I need to restart because I can't listen to you guys.
Oh, wait. Can you hear me now? That
Yeah,
was entirely my mistake. I was muted. I forgot. The only goblins you can see are the goblins that are climbing over each other in the group that's closing distance. Both riders have disappeared behind some bushes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so those goblins that are trying to climb on each other,
Okay,
I'm gonna throw.
Roll your improvised weapon attack.
Oh God, if only you were one more. But it's 19.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and that's gonna be 1d4 plus my strength.
Okay.
That's a 4 plus 3, which is a 7. So 7 damage.
Wonderful.
He's gonna Yeah, he's not gonna move actually. He's just gonna stand there.
So you notice a few of them wince in preparation of the rock coming. It hits one here. Ow! It didn't burst into fire! But after Ragnar Z, it's your go. If you're there. If you are there and speaking, you are muted.
There we go. Yeti! Get me over to them goblins over there. And then I hold my turn.
Yeah, they're only about.
I'm your chauffeur or something?
Yeah, he's making you his you're his limo.
Hey, I'm an old man. You seen these knees?
Okay, old bones. And then Grimrock struts towards these goblins. And how far away are they from me, Nelson?
15 feet, dude.
15 feet. So I can move 30 feet, yeah?
Yeah.
And I still get an action, the attack?
Yep.
Cool. So Grimrock's right on top of the goblins, looming over them, and he reaches for the closest one by the neck. So I roll, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 2.
Okay. See, you're trying to pick out an individual, and these guys are climbing over each other like nobody's business. You know, they're one giant mass of green. So it's near impossible for you to pick out just one.
Alright, so as Grimrock's trying to grab for them, he goes.
Is that the end of Grimrock's go?
Yes.
All right. So with Grimrock ending there, from the east, from the southeast, jumping out.
Wait, what about me?
What? Oh yeah, you were holding
What
your
about me?
action. I am totally sorry.
Ah, it's okay. I'm an old man. I forget things. Right. I wink at the Yeti, and from my mouth vomits rainbows of liquid spraying all over these goblins. Color spray.
All right.
And I will overcharge it so it does max dice damage.
Color spray doesn't deal
Times 2.
damage.
What?
Color spray doesn't deal damage.
What? Why? What? Why? It does. What? A D60 10.
It deals damage?
No,
Yeah,
it doesn't.
60 10. What?
No, that's you're rolling 6d10 worth of hit points to see who's affected by color spray. That's not damage. Color spray blinds the targets.
Well, then I get out. I get out my fingers, right, and I go pew 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 pew. Magic missile at like 2 of them.
All right.
Okay.
These guys are piled up, so you're attacking the group of them. Yeah, so you just deal damage. How much damage do you do?
Yeah, 1 second. 1d4. Boom. That is a 10. And what's that? 8.
Oh golly, really? You managed to splash them up, and the writhing mass of green sort of gets hit once, and it twitches a bit. They start to move a little slower, and they're like, we're still. When they get hit again, they still twitch, and then you just hear. It's just the mass is just resting on itself right now. Each goblin sort of propping the other one up, but they all look unconscious.
And then that's it.
All right, and then from the southeast. I'm sorry, southwest. The wolf riding goblin, the one that had the burn mark on his back, jumps out from some bushes, his short bow drawn, about to let loose an arrow, seeing that there's no one left. he does let the arrow loose wildly. It sticks into his tree and goes, whoa! Grabs his wolf and starts kicking at it, increasing his speed, and just runs off into the distance. You can see him behind bushes jumping up once in a while to jump over and into and past other trees and bushes. So, well done, heroes. Each of you get 2 points of experience for your XP bank.
XP. Didn't you say we get 1 extra bonus XP?
No, I said you could have 1 bonus to begin with.
All right.
For this encounter, everyone is rewarded 2 XP.
All right. Cool.
And anyone that was down, which I think everyone got up, you can, I don't think your allies would leave you down and out without waking back up.
No.
So you've got
One of them was a snake.
you've got about 24 unconscious goblins, or 22 unconscious goblins and 2 goblin skeletons. It just piled up in this general area. Some of you are beat up and haggard, but you've made it through. So what will our Saturday morning heroes be doing?
Loot the bodies.
Loot the bodies. You can loot as many, a total of up to 24 weapons, single-handed weapons as you like. Either short swords, and they've got to be no more than an AP requirement of 1. But any weapon of up to an AP requirement of 1, you can find up to a total of 24 weapons.
Well, Voider's going to find himself a longsword, if there is one.
Oh wait, longsword's AP 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Any short bows?
No, these are all melee weapons.
No.
The ones with the short bows got away.
Damn it.
And Grimrock's looking at all the bodies, and he's picking up one, looking underneath the body, seeing if he sees a big club to pick up. Just go through. No club. No club.
For
No
Grimlock,
club.
there looks like there's a few toothpicks he can grab, but that's about it. So after grabbing all these crazy weapons, what would you gents like to do?
Go to sleep.
Sleep where you are, make camp where you are, go deeper into the forest, or return to Fiskton?
We should tie these goblins up first, the unconscious ones.
Gwildor's going to apologize to everybody because apparently he got distracted by a shiny object.
And then Grimrock goes, Ragnar, buddy, me. Grimrock's so sorry Grimrock make you cold, but Grimrock thought you big in trouble. So he come save you and just make everything cold. But I try not to do that, okay? Okay, buddy?
Yeah, Gwildo, when you're apologizing for being distracted by a shiny object, a thought bubble appears over your head of the brownie sitting on a stack of giant golden coins.
Yes, it does. And then he's distracted by his own thought bubble.
So, what would you gentlemen like to do now?
Take a short rest and then maybe move a bit more deeper into the forest.
All right. Are you taking like all of these weapons with you?
Not to the forest. And if we are going back to Fiston, then yes.
I say we head back, tell them the forest is free. We can go after the goblins after.
So what is the consensus?
Yeah, what do you all think?
Grimrock hungry.
There's food.
I'm tired.
Can Grimrock eat goblin?
Just as the credits begin to roll, right, and the closing music is starting to play, and we get like that 80s rock music, and then it's like the camera pans over swiftly to Grimlock. Grimrock's hungry. Swiftly to Rocknar. I mean, we could take the weapons if we go back to town, and panning swiftly over each and every character. And then the narrator's voice, you start to hear. What will they do? Will they rest where they are and lick their wounds? Grab the weapons and retreat back to the town of Fiskton victorious? Or will they go deeper into the forest to discover what really is going on? And then the camera pans out, and in front of the camera, you see the brownie holding up a small little microphone. Find out next time on Let's Get Dangerous. I only did it that way because we have about half an hour on the 2-hour landmark. If you guys would like to continue past that half hour and decide whether or not what you're doing, just let me know.
I might have to. I have this half. At 2, I should probably gear up for sleep, I guess. But if everyone feels like playing, I can stay up another hour.
No problem for me.
So we have 2 of the 5 willing to continue.
It's
I don't mind.
3:28.
Yeah, we have about half hour left. I'm
know what I was
saying
gonna
I'd
say
like
was-
to.
Man, I just keep interrupting everyone. I want to shut up.
I want to know if you want to keep continuing because another encounter maybe you might be able to handle it within a half hour, maybe not. So rather than just pausing right in the middle of something, I just thought that this would be a good time to make that decision.
Yeah, I can do another half an hour.
Sweet just play role play there.
So we're good to go?
It's 3:28 in the afternoon. I can play as long as I want to.
Oh, wait. In fact, nah, I probably can't. Said me.
So Z has to return back.
The old man falls off the Yeti's shoulder, and in a puff of old man smell, he disappears.
Yeah, wow, what is all that noise coming from?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm hearing it too.
Yeah, I'm getting it too.
That was really odd. Oh, I think it's coming from Adam.
Nope.
Okay, mute for a second. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, the only ones unmuted at that point were Sahib and Josh.
Yeah, so it's not from my side. Or is it?
I don't know.
But yeah, so it's Ragnar, Grimrock, and Gwildo. Are you guys wish to continue?
Oh, I'm willing to continue more than you think. Yeah.
I'm always up for continuing anything. I don't give a shit.
And Grimrock.
Rimrock's okay. He goes on, yeah.
All right, cool.
If
Adam.
you don't feel like going Grimrock, I'm gonna drag you with me for what you did to me.
Adam.
It's inside. I'm pretty sure.
I understand that you're leaving. If you'd like, just the 3 experience in your experience bank and raise your level to level 2.
Oh my god. Bigger boom, yay.
Yeah, this way you don't get too far left behind.
Yeah. God damn it. Always the student. God damn it. The life of a student.
Well,
Work and shit.
here's the thing. If you're in a place where no one's better than you, then you're not learning anything.
That's true, but everyone's better than me.
You've got your goblin tricks.
I do. Well, I can't believe I didn't read color spray right. I thought it was like I saw dice and I was like, holy shit. I just took it. But oh well.
That much dice as a first level spell in damage.
Yeah. I thought you didn't read it, so I was like, oh shit, yeah, color spray. Blah. And then shit dies.
Yeah, a lot of what's in the traditional is not as damaging as some of the other spell schools, but they have a lot more utility type things.
Yeah. They also have disintegrate, which is fun.
Oh, yeah, I mean at high levels, you know, they ain't gonna mess around with that disintegrate.
But yeah. What is that?
That feedback was crazy. Alright, so, is Tuesday cool with you, Adam?
Yeah, Tuesday's fine.
Alright, cool. So we'll see you,
We'll return.
we'll see the old man Z back Tuesday.
Yeah. Alright. Bye.
Bye, Adam.
So if the rest of you want to take a short rest, you can drink from any cantina, any full cantina you have. If you don't have one, of course you have to make a use of your good gear bundle to produce a full cantina. Unless of course you have Ash Eater.
How many rations does these goblins have? Do they have any rations?
Oh, they're wild. They're wild, man. They don't have any rations on them at all.
Oh, damn. Can I eat them?
RP13. RP13.
Gwildor will make you some dinner. May not like it.
I don't like Ash. God damn it.
But this is not rations. This is drinking. This is water for short rest. However,
Yeah.
you Grimrock doesn't have any recoveries anymore
Oh,
to heal up if he took any damage. And Warder only has 2 recoveries because he's level 2 right now. And nobody else took damage. Except Rockwell.
I did.
That's right, Ragnar has his 2 recoveries. So, you know.
I'm pretty sure I'm level 1 at the moment because I missed the first session.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I went poofed in between the sessions, so I just gained my 2 experience.
Alright, so yeah, you only have 1 recovery.
1 recovery, which I used, of course, to get back to whatever HP I was supposed to have.
Yes. So how would you, you guys are going deeper into the forest?
Ah, yes. But this time, let's keep the thief at the back.
come now, I don't appreciate that.
So you guys travel deeper and deeper into the forest, and more or less you see some wolves hanging about. Once in a bit, when you see these groups or large groups of these wolves fighting over dominance or fighting over food or whatever it is they seem to be snipping and snapping at each other for, most of the time they don't notice you. So for as long as you want to move past them, you can. You do start noticing as you're moving deeper the occasional giant wolf, which are wolves just about the size of your Yeti friend, Grimrock.
Whoa.
If they were to stand on their hind
That's
legs, of
cute.
course. But they're wolves about the height of horses when they're on all fours. And you see 1 or 2 of them, usually like mushing the other smaller wolves around. When they're nipping at each other, a larger one might arrive to show who's in charge. But rapidly, it begins getting darker and darker as the day goes on. And that's all you see for the first day of travel into these woods.
And near camp then, I think.
So you guys make camp in the woods?
Yeah, I guess
Yeah, I
we
guess.
start that up. All right, big guy, help us set us up.
So you can set up, you can make camp. This first night of camp, it wouldn't be anything too big happening. So if you would like to benefit from the long rest to recover any expended mana, to recover any hit points, any recoveries, or anything, you need to spend, of course, the requisite amount of rations and the 8 hours of rest. And if any of you have enough XP to level up, at the end of the long rest, you can level up.
Not yet, at least.
You didn't get any XP from session 1?
No.
You know what? Just erase your experience bank and gain a 2nd level.
You sure? Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so your XP, Sahib, your XP bank should read 0, but you're a level 2 character.
Yeah, XP Bank got 0 and I'm level 2 now.
Yeah, I don't want you to get too left behind as well. Especially when it was, your internet went out. It wasn't your fault at all. Does anybody else have enough? No, right?
Enough what?
To level up.
Not right now.
Okay.
I did level up. I'm level 2, but
I mean, from level 2 to level 3.
how many EXP do we need again?
Give me a second to go over to the PDF.
I should open it up too.
To go from level 2 to level 3, you require 5 experience points.
And just to be sure, when
Okay.
does
Wait,
it
what?
remain?
What was that?
The experience, like last session, we got enough experience to level up, right?
Yes. So you would expend the experience, remove
Yeah. So then I
experience.
just have, yeah. Then I just have 2 right now, and I'm level 2.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys, you take your rest, you recover everything you need to recover, and at whatever time you wish to wake up, you may wake up and continue on your journey. I'm assuming, of course, you're going even deeper into the Wolfwood, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. Let's stop this goblin menace once and for all.
So as you're traveling, the day is going by. It reaches about midday, and you can start hearing.
Hey! Where in the hell do you think these guys are?
Well, I guess we'll continue forward towards this sound.
So you're
And
just
let's
walking
do
towards
it
it.
silently and stealthily and not.
Very carefully. And Voider turns to look at, so what's your character's name again?
Ragnar.
Yeah, he looks at Ragnar and he's like, this time, watch out for the twigs.
Ragnar has like kind of his mouth open at the moment while he's looking at him, like in surprise as what he's saying right now.
But yeah, I guess we'll press on.
All right. So, pressing on. Those who are going stealthily, please roll me stealth checks.
Let's do it in a group, like group stealth check or something.
You want to do a group check?
All right.
Yeah, that we have 2 Yetis which have advantage in forest,
Well,
so why not?
He doesn't get the racial features of a Yeti. He just looks like a Yeti.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So his awesome power is increased for being large, but that's about it. Everything else is just in appearance.
And he's orange.
With blue
I
skin.
Well, anyway,
So who's taking the lead on the group check?
I'm taking the lead.
So
Are you sure? I can take the
Yeah.
lead.
And I rolled
I think Hassan might be better
20
suited since he's actually
21.
stealthing is,
Well,
a,
you
is a
can.
thing.
Well,
Yeah,
so
okay.
here,
You can take the lead. You can take the lead. Come on, roll now.
So you roll and you get a +2 for everyone else. So you get a
Here.
+6 to your roll.
I got a 21 anyways. So.
With my modifier, it's a 15.
What the hell?
15? Holy shit.
He's more stealth than me.
It's a 15 by yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so 21 for the group check. Golly, man. Your
I'm
rolls tonight, or today, or whatever it is, over where you're at, is amazing.
I would have rolled a flat 4 anyway. So.
Oh yes, we shall quietly.
For Hassan, he's only rolling good with when it's not needed, really.
Hey,
As Doug's grid rocks behind him, he exaggerates his tiptoeing right behind the group.
So, you guys can get close enough, somehow, as a team, working together, you guys get close enough to see a a group of goblins. It's a small group of 5. 4 of them seem to be fairly underclothed. They have burn marks and burn scars all over them, and they're twitching, almost like you would see. Okay, I don't want to describe it that way. They're just twitching, you know. Like you can see their muscles twitching, their bodies jerking around. Look. And then there's the 5th goblin who is not twitching at all. He's wearing like a furred, a hide and heavily furred sort of tunic with he's barefoot as well, but he's wearing some hide on his the lower part of his legs that of course has fur peeking out of it. He has a long staff and an iron helmet with what looks to be the facsimile of wings on them, and that is indeed the goblin whistling.
Hey! Where the hell are you?
I think we need to take that one down first.
Yeah, that would be best. Should I do it, or would one of you
Can
want to
we
do
create some kind
it?
of distraction to maybe send those other guys away?
Ooh, I can make a distraction.
Okay.
Sure, go right ahead.
Okay. How far are they away from us?
Like 40 feet, 50 feet.
Okay. And they're in a clearing, right?
Yeah, in this area, it's not that densely packed. There are trees in the way, of course, but you know,
That's
nothing
fine.
that you can't easily see.
I'm going to use a tree. So, I'm going to flip my coin in the air and slap it and say incendiary, and then I'm going to cast dancing flames on a tree.
And you do so, and the tree fails its dexterity save. And the pines and the branches, they begin to smoke up pretty rapidly. Is anyone doing anything else? We'll consider this the surprise round.
I don't know. Where did he lit this fire? That's what I'm more curious about.
On a tree.
Where is that tree?
A tree right at the edge of the clearing. I thought I was being clear about that.
Okay.
No, Voider will continue hiding, but he will knock an arrow in his short bow and ready in action.
Ragnar is actually preparing so that, if possible, if somehow it happens that the goblin with all the fur and all doesn't see us and it comes near us, he's gonna charge in like about 15 feet before, charge in and try to grapple him.
Okay. And Grimrock.
Grimrock's just getting ready for anything, and he starts to move in behind the trees, getting a bigger look, and he's looking around him for any big, large branches that he can clobber somebody with.
And as he does so, of course, with the fire and the flame, and now all of this smoke starting to starting to billow from this tree. You know, the tree obviously isn't a dead tree, so it does not burst into flame. It just smokes and smolders. And as it does so, the goblin with the helmet, the one that was whistling, stops. He's like, "Ah, they're here somewhere." And the twitchy goblins all sort of jump around him. And he raises up his staff, and it begins to crackle and light with electrical energies. And as he does so, small little wisps of that energy start peering out and striking the goblins around him, and they're just twitching more and more. The helmeted goblin at the center yells out, come out wherever you are!" And we'll just set the initiative as players and then them for this fight. So as they stop in their motion, the helmeted goblin now surrounded by the other 4 goblins. What do you gents do?
How far are they right now?
They're still that 50 feet away. As soon as the fire
Oh,
was there as the distraction, they stopped.
Okay, yeah. So are they fully surrounding this helmeted goblin, or would there be any side he's not surrounded from?
I mean, you could see there's just a few trees in the way, and like there's only 4 other goblins, so they can't create a wall. But they're there.
Yeah.
Can
Void
I
is going.
possibly?
Sahib?
Yeah, go on, Hassan. Go on.
Okay. Voider is going to try and. Do these trees look climbable?
The trees?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can climb just about any tree. I mean, imagine like pine trees or anything else you would find.
Voider is headed up for a better vantage point.
All right, so Warder takes his action to climb up.
Yeah. No, definitely not that one. I know what fire's like. Well. And Voider shakes his head and he'll climb up. An arrow between his teeth, his bow slung off one arm, just scampers up the side of a tree.
All right, and the rest of you, the rest of our Saturday morning heroes, the remaining 3.
So, like, are there trees around those guys? Like, can I try to go behind the armored guy while it's still hidden?
Well, you can't get right behind him because the trees open up a bit. They're much more spread out, like in a clearing.
Mm-hmm.
And at the moment, these guys are in the center of this clearing, and about 15, 20 feet away from them, there's this large dancing flame and smoldering tree.
Oh, so I can't at all. I actually tell Grimrock that, hey, you should probably go out. You should greet them. They already know we are here.
You sure? You want Grimrock to go out?
Yeah, I'm sure.
And is
They
that
probably like you.
is that all that
Yeah, for now I'm gonna I'm gonna ready in action. So if the armored guy comes in 30 feet range, I'm gonna charge into grapple, if that's possible.
Okay.
For an action,
At this point, you guys notice the staff starting to waggle in the air, and just 10 feet away from them, still within the clearing, the ground begins to well up, and out of the ground bursts a giant wooden totem of several stacked carved goblin heads, and the totem is actually surrounded by these fingers of electricity dancing about its surface, and you just hear as this helmeted goblin takes a legendary action.
Nelson, is Grimrock strong enough to break one of these trees?
I mean, these are pretty big trees. You could break parts of them off, yeah.
Like, yeah, well, something big enough so he can throw like a like a spear or something like that.
This would be a tree would count as a ridiculously large club, and Grimrock does not have that much AP at his level, so he wouldn't be able to tear the tree out and throw it.
Right. Not like Rodnut. Okay. Can they see me at all?
Right now, you guys are stealthed out. You guys somehow, working together, have managed to find the perfect place, the perfect distance at which to remain hidden.
Any boulders about, Nelson?
In the Wolfwood, there wouldn't be. Let's see. Where you're at in the Wolfwood? Yeah, you'd be like towards the lowlands of the mountains. So if there would be boulders, you'd be more eastward. Yeah, you can say you can find some large rocks.
Like, how big are you saying compared to Grimrock?
Oh, compared to
A
Grimrock?
person.
Compared to Grimrock, they'd be like a footstool in size. Compared to a person, it'd be like a nice seat, to hop up on and maybe have like a little snack.
Alright, so Grimrock's just looking down at anything he can throw, and he just he sees this boulder and he lifts it up with one hand.
So you're pulling a boulder out of the ground.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe, and then he just thinks to himself, maybe Grimrock scare them.
So what is Grimrock going to do after that?
And then he looks at the others.
Just waiting for a response?
Yes.
Okay, so that's Grimrock's turn. And again, the staff continues waggling in the air, the cackling of this helmeted goblin. Come out! And a second wooden totem of goblin heads bursts out of the ground, 10 feet away from him at a different area. With these wisps of lightning dancing across its surface, as he takes yet another legendary action.
Goldor's going to kind of snicker under his breath as he rolls the coin forward between his fingers. And the dancing flame begins to move away from the tree, across the cleared area, moving straight. How far are the goblins away from the tree?
About 15 feet.
Okay. Moving straight in the middle of them.
So straight onto the helmeted one that they're surrounding.
Yes. And I'm also... Can I use Overcharge on an already cast spell?
No. It's only when you cast a spell.
Okay. So I will not overcharge it. So it's just moving straight to him.
So these are the 4 surrounding goblins. Their dexterity saves. And they have not a great bonus. A 22, an 18, a 16, and a 9.
All but the 9 are going to beat my measly 12 spell save, you see.
Alright, so what's the damage on that again?
2d6. So that will be 4 points of damage times 3. So 4 times 3.
12.
Yeah.
So 3 of them take 6, and 1 of them takes 12. They're all sort of twitching and burning. And then the one in the center, yeah, he saves, so he only takes 6 as well. And it's like, whoa! And you just notice a lightning bolt strike from the center of your dancing flame.
Okay. And I can move that as a bonus action.
So you still have your action. Oh, you still have your action left. All right.
So I'm looking
So if you're not done, you don't yet see the lightning bolt.
Okay. Sorry, I'm looking for combust. It's not in a. There it is. It's not in the tab. The bookmark.
I forget one spell to tab out of all the spells that I wrote, and it will not let me live that one thing down. I've got 87 independently tabbed and bookmarked spells. Combust.
Yeah, I can't let you off the hook for it, man.
I mean, it's gonna get updated in the next PDF update. Jeez, man.
I know.
So it's called an alpha.
And they are about 60 feet away from me?
Yeah, they're within 60 feet.
Okay, then I am going to cast Combust, and I'm going to overcharge it. Overcharge the distance, so instead of 5 feet, it's a 10-foot explosion.
Okay.
And I'm once again going to center it on him, which means I'm centering it in the center of my own dancing flame.
Dash, got it. So, the helmeted ones roll first. Golly, okay. So he'll take whatever damage you got to deal, and then the 4 that are within range now.
Yes, 5 times 3, so 5, 10, 15 points of damage.
So everyone except one of them takes 15 points of all right. Let me forgive me because I don't have this thing even in PDF format, my bestiary yet. So 1 drops, 2, yep. The 4 around him all unconscious as the thing as your combust you know what? Now, the helmeted one survives, right? But you can narrate how that combust takes the 4 twitchy ones down.
Are you sure you want me to? You might have to raise the. I'm joking.
Son of a...
Once again, a massive blast of flame, and you see 4 black, cartoony skeletons just kind of dance for a second and then fall to the ground. Still twitching. Still twitching.
And then from the forest walks out this brownie, not carrying but dragging a golden coin behind him, walks up to Gwildo, looks Gwildo up and down, like, and then tosses him the golden coin and sort of stomps begrudgingly away.
Gwildor just catches it.
And you know what? At the end of Gwildo's round, okay, give me a second to readjust because you done killed everything that I had loaded up, except for these things. Actually, nope. That 15, you would have burnt up the totems too. No, wait, no, that wasn't within range. Thank goodness. Okay, so the totems aren't burnt up. You haven't burnt up the totems yet.
Wait a minute. Would the dancing flames have passed by one of those totems at any point?
No, he raised the totem after. Oh, okay. You destroyed one totem then.
Okay.
The dancing flames would have burnt up one. There's only one totem remaining. There's. Shut up. You and your AOE. This is. What did I tell you about the teachings of Belenos, bro?
They're off.
All right. Let's. No, not that one. Not that one. See, now I feel so like I tapped everything for you guys, and I'm like, I've left myself just in the dust needing to scroll through text documents.
He left himself as a scroll monkey.
Exactly, I'm a scroll monkey now. Where is no? I can't believe I can't find the enemy that I'm looking for. Well, everyone that attacked, of course, their position is given away. So he's going to retaliate on you. There we go.
Oh, I'm behind a tree. I have cover.
Well, see, here's the thing. He jumps out of from behind as his legendary action. Oh no. Yeah, as his legendary action, you just see the top of the staff peer through the dancing flame and hear him laughing from within the flame. And you just hear him say, "Unleash the hounds!" And as he does that, from everywhere around you, as a matter of fact, the brownie is still walking begrudgingly away. Out of every tree, out of every bush, you see goblins pop out. And they're all running towards each and every one of you. These goblins seem to be wearing leather armor, like very rough, very, poorly put together leather armor. But the leather armor is completely surrounded in spikes. And they have little helmets that are also adorned with spikes. And they just run. The first few run directly at this giant, what was it, orange Yeti?
Yes. Giant orange Yeti with blue skin, and I'm dead.
This giant orange Yeti with blue skin. They all run out of here, and one at a time, they're like, "Ha, here I come, here I come, here I come," and they're jumping at him. The first 3 out of the 8 goblins, out of the 8 goblins that show up, they don't swing, they don't kick, and they have no weapons. They just grab the edges of their armor and throw themselves at you.
Nice.
Okay, so we got 18, 19, and 21.
Okay, I'm pretty sure all those are going to hit, considering my armor class is 10.
So probably that you take a total of. Well, how much damage do you take?
I can take 10 damage, and I'm down.
So 2 of them crash together, and you go down, and the other one jumps up, flips in the air, and then backsplashes on you, doing the last bit of piercing damage, and you fail one of your get back in the fight saves. The remaining 5. 2 of them. Oh wait, nope. He's hidden. Oh wait, nope. He didn't do anything to attack either.
No, everyone's hidden but me.
Okay. They literally dogpile on you. These spines, they jump on you, they roll off, and they walk away. The next ones jump on you, roll off, walk away, essentially leaving you down and out. You're down and out at this point. And then when you go down and out, the dancing flame just sort of winks out of existence, and the rest of you can actually see the lone helmeted goblin there. Little embers of fire burning away at his at his furred cloth, and he's standing there grinning maniacally, and now you notice his eyes are aglow with lightning energy.
Oh, and if any of you look back for where Gwildor was, you've seen him as a blue-skinned, long black-haired human. You've seen him as now a blue-skinned, orange-furred Yeti. Right now, what you see laying on the ground is a gnome that has, that has green skin, long golden hair, and though his eyes are closed, his eyes are blue. He's exactly 3 feet tall.
And all these goblins are taking turns, like jumping up in the air, body splashing and rolling off of this poor little pincushion of a gnome.
And so Grimrock sees this.
Yeah, Grimrock was
Not
holding
knowing
his
what
action.
actually happened because I was away, but Grimrock sees this and he just goes,
And this gnome is like blanketed by these billowing robes that are obviously too large for him to be wearing. So it's now the helmeted goblin's actual turn. Come out wherever you are, and face Megabolt, your superior. As he's screaming out and taunting you, this would be the first monologue action he does, stealing two. I'm sorry, Hassan, but he steals 2 experience points from everyone's experience point bank. If you have no experience points in your experience points bank, you're perfectly fine.
no!
And he's just standing there waving his staff around, little wisps of lightning. You start smelling ozone in the air right now. And for those of you that will still look at the spiked armored wearing goblins, it looks like the ozone is coalescing into little bolts of lightning that are dancing all about their bodies, and whenever they're splashing onto this poor little gnome, there's actually bursts of electricity from the impacts. And that is the entirety of Megabolt's go.
Okay, who's next?
You.
And he doesn't see me, does he? Up in the
He
tree?
doesn't see anyone. He didn't spend any of his round trying to find anyone. He spent his round monologuing, starting his monologue.
Perfect. So because he doesn't see me, I'll get advantage.
Which means if you hit him, it's a sneak attack.
Yeah. And I will
know.
cast Firebolt.
Oh, but you can't sneak attack with a firebolt, though.
Well, I do get advantage, right?
So you crit him.
So that is 1d10. And I will roll another.
That's 10, which is maximum, because you deal max plus a roll. So
And
it's
a
10 plus roll. So 17. Son of a...
Out of the trees, there just erupts a ball of fire hurtling towards the helmeted goblin.
So this ball of fire just... He's monologuing, Megabolt, you're better! Oh! What's with all this fire? Is that the extent of his turn?
Yeah, I will, as soon as that's done, he's gonna try and, conceal himself in this tree again.
Okay, so roll your stealth.
That is a 15, and with my modifier, it goes up to a 20.
Okay, so 20.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if he yeah. Okay, you're screwed. So
Shit.
as his as a matter of fact, as his legendary action, like he starts to take a knee, right? And he's supporting himself with this staff now, but tracing back the smoke from the rapidly diminishing smoke from this fireball that must have struck him from behind or at the side. He drops the staff and just like levies it down, like if he's taking a sniper shot, and a bolt of lightning traces around this diminishing smoke, bringing the smoke right back into this tree. And let's see if he hits you. Blah, blah, blah. Where is it? Lightning spark. +6, so an 18.
Yeah, that will hit.
That'll hit. So, and he still has 1 totem. So
okay.
as that one hits, you see the totem with the dancing lightning around it. The lightning all coalesces into one of the mouths of the totem in front of it, and that mouth of the goblin actually opens and fires another lightning spark directly into the tree, and you take a total of 7 plus 5 is what? 12? 12 points of lightning damage.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, Voider will just cling onto the tree he is on as he gets shocked and like
But that's when Megabolt actually like falls down and takes a knee, and he's like, he is obviously beat up, and he looks pretty, pretty trashed right now.
Yeah, and if I can just say one thing, Voider will scream from the top of the tree, Grimrock, get him!
Yeah,
that was Megabolt's legendary action.
Can I charge him? Is he close enough?
Yeah, I mean he's still about 50 feet away from you, but
Oh yeah, cool. So Grimrock just he just breaks through the tree and comes for Megabolt. Is that his name?
Megabolt, yes.
Comes into
Grimrock Grimrock can only move 30 feet normally. He can move and take an action. At the end of 30 feet, he can move the rest of his movement to get up in Megabolt's face, but then that takes his action.
Can I use my action surge?
You can most definitely use your action surge.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Alright.
Alright, so I roll here, yeah? The grapple?
So if you're grappling, you no need to roll. Your AP is higher than this poor little goblin, who is a small. He's a small little thing. You grab him no problems at all. He automatically fails the grapple.
Oh, great. So Grimrock just grabs it with his hand. Two big, large hands grapples around his head and he lifts the goblin up, and then he just smashes down with
Remember,
the suplex.
the suplex is an action, right? It takes one of your attacks,
Yeah?
but you don't have multiple attacks yet. Grappling takes one of your attacks.
Alright, well, I'm just...
So you can grab him by the head and have him in the air.
Yeah.
So that's effectively just part of your move. You can just move him up.
Okay.
But
Ragnar.
because he gets legendary actions, he's like, ugh, ah! And you start to hear the iron sort of creak and groan as you're crushing it in your hands. Megabolt's eyes sort of widen, and you can see the lightning pouring out of it, and the lightning consumes his head, and then his body, and then his clothes, and then his staff, and then even his helmet. And in a flash of a lightning bolt, he actually disappears as his legendary action. Let me see how far away he gets. And he jumps 50 feet. You see another flash. 60 feet away. you see another flash of lightning in the opposite direction of you guys, further in the forest, and you can see a small, in the distance, this small little goblin supporting himself by his staff, raising up his finger and pointing at you and laughing as hard as he can. It's not easy to face Megabolt. As he took his legendary action to teleport away. That still leaves Ragnar and Wildo, who has to.
Yeah.
Oh no, Wildo's down and out. Poor Wildo.
Yeah, so those goblins that were on Guildo, Ragnar is gonna, because they have spikes and all, Ragnar is gonna try to find a rock or a boulder around him and then hit one of the goblins with that rock or boulder.
All right. Well, the boulders wouldn't be laying on top of the ground. They'd be partially buried in the dirt and the grass. So it would take an action to sort of force one of them out of the dirt, but you can do that.
Yeah, I will do that.
All right. So you're like you okay? Just describe. I'm not going to describe it. You describe how you yank a boulder out of the ground.
Yeah, so Ragnar just goes and pushes, grabs the boulder with both his hands, semi-buried in the ground, and then tries to push it with all his force. His muscles gets pumped up. The clothes he's wearing, it gets a bit tightened, and he just raises it up, and there's like this crackling sound as this boulder gets out of it with both his hands, and he just raises it up in the air. And then by using action surge, he's gonna throw that boulder at those guys.
All right. Hopefully you don't hit Guildo. Roll your attack.
He's already down and out.
But that would still not be a very nice thing to do.
Down and out and smushed to death, different things.
So roll your attack.
Okay. Let's hope. It's a 13.
You said 13?
It should be.
That's a hit.
So how much damage should I roll for that boulder?
It's an improvised weapon damage +1. Your AP +1 for the improvised weapon. So where's my... Okay, here it is.
No, for improvised it would be 2 because of Street Brawler. So 1d4 plus strength.
Well, see, what's your awesome power?
Awesome power is 1, but because of human I get extra feet, and that is Street Brawler.
So it's 2, and then because you're using an improvised weapon, it goes up to 3. So it's 1d8 plus your strength.
No, I don't think you've counted that right. Because AP is 1, and because of the Street Brawler, it is counted as 1 plus 1, right?
So because of Street
I'm not
Brawler,
a pit warrior yet.
No, you're not a pit warrior yet. But when you deal damage with an improvised weapon, it adds 1 point more to your AP before you consult the chart.
Oh God!
So you're
not know that?
attacking at an AP3 improvised weapon, which
1d6 plus
is
strength plus AP.
a D8 plus strength. Not plus AP. The improvised weapon chart is different than the unarmed damage.
Oh damn! That's a 1 plus my strength. That would be 5.
5 total?
Yeah.
So you can narrate how you take out this this spiked armored goblin.
He just throws this boulder and it just falls on this goblin, and then this boulder kind of rolls back slowly a bit, and this goblin is kind of like he's like paper flat at the moment, paper flat on the ground, and he just dies there.
All right, and about you would have to be within 30 feet of the actually no, you'd have to be within 10 feet to throw the boulder. Because your actual AP is only 1, right? So are you moving after this?
So can I not move after? I mean, I'll have to leave the boulder there, right?
Yeah.
If I move.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will move my 30 feet away from those guys, leaving the boulder there.
All right, cool. All right, so you get 40 feet away from these things, and then you can Grimrock, right? You can still see Megabolt in the distance, and you know he tries to straighten himself up. He starts swinging around his staff once again, and then right by your feet, you know, just within arm's reach of you, you can feel the ground beginning to well up, and then bursting from the ground another wooden goblin head totem, and lightning begins to dance across the wood.
Okay, can I smash it?
On your turn, yes, this is one of Megabolt's legendary actions.
Oh, I see. So legendary action, he takes an action.
He acts out of turn at the end of any character's turn.
Okay.
Which finally leaves Gwildo. Oh, but Gwildo can't roll to get back in because nobody tried to save Gwildo. So we go to the top of the enemies round, and the spiked armored the spike armored there was 8 of them. Now there is only 7. 3 of them turn towards Ragnar and just yell out, "How could you mess up his armor like that?" And they charge at Ragnar. They move 30 feet as their move action, and because they're goblins, they can dash as a bonus action. So they dash as a bonus action and throw themselves as their attack at Ragnar. Okay, so the 1 definitely, as a matter of fact, the one that rolls a 1, he completely misses and he hits a tree, and he gets stuck upside down in the wood of the tree. And he's trying to, like, you know, he's wiggling, trying to free himself very, very unsuccessfully. But the 12 and the 7 are actually a 17 and a 12. Does a 12 hit you?
No, only 17 hits me.
Only the 17. So you take 5 points of piercing damage from that hit. And you have 2 of these spiked armored goblin hounds, as it were. And the other 4, seeing a nice, big, juicy target, the next challenge, they move, and then they dash as a bonus action and throw themselves at the next Yeti. They took out one Yeti. As a matter of fact, they pounded the Yeti from a giant furry creature into a small little gnome. So they're very, you know, competent in their skills as far as they're concerned. And the 4 of them charge at Grimrock. Okay. One of them lands. Oh, wait. I forgot. He deals an additional d6 damage. So the one that did 5 to you, Ragnar, take an additional 3 points of electricity.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Megabolt had enchanted them to deal more electrical damage, remember? Every time they splashed against our poor Wildo, bursts of lightning. So whenever they splashed into you, bursts of lightning went through, and you got shocked for an additional 3 points of damage. Now, as far as Grimrock, one of them splashes into a totem, and he gets stuck in the totem. And you notice one of the goblin faces on the totem sort of just scooches away its mouth, and it gets stuck in its cheek. However, three of them, the lowest one of the three is a 15. If I remember your AC, that's a miss, right? But the 19 and the 23 should be hits.
Yeah, they're hits.
So you get hit for a total of 10 piercing and 6 lightning as they burst into little balls of lightning when they splash against you.
Okay.
And you're still up, right?
Yep.
Okay. So that's 16 total points of damage, and now 3 of the 4 that charged you are like right on your right up in your face. No. No, Josh. No. I am so glad you can't see what he's typing in chat. And then it is Mega Bolt's go, and of course, Grimrock, you can see in the distance Mega Bolt forcing out laughter. Fudge. And he begins to wave his staff around, and you're but 60 feet away from Mega Bolt. Let me just double check Mega Bolt's range. Oh yeah, okay. So Mega Bolt points down his staff. You notice that his knees are shaking in pain as he does this, and lets loose a bolt of lightning. And as this bolt of lightning is streaking towards you, you can see 2 of these lightning totems open up their mouths, and lightning build up in front of their mouths, and 3 total strikes of lightning come your way. And let's see if he hits you. Oh, all right, that does not hit you.
Is this at me?
Huh?
Is this at me?
This is at Grimrock. So all 3. As a matter of fact, Grimrock, you can narrate how after being splashed by these spike armored goblins, what Grimrock does to avoid these 3 streaking bolts of lightning.
All right. So Grimrock sees its streaking bolts of lightning come right at him, and his eyes just go wide, just like this. And so as this comes so close to him, he just shifts to the side just like this, and the energy just passes past him.
All right, wonderful.
And he goes, "Nah!"
And as a matter of fact, when he goes, "Nah," well, let's start the turn with Grimrock, the player's turn.
Great.
Okay.
All right. So as one of these totem poles, and Grimrock goes, "Ah!" He just sees one of these totem poles beside him, and he just goes for a big swing to smack against the totem pole.
All right.
Double-fisted. So, do I have to roll? Do I just do damage, or do I
you have to roll. You'll probably hit, but you... Excuse me. Oh, thank you.
So that is a 16.
That's definitely a hit.
So
How much damage do you do?
Four.
What are you looking for?
That's all right.
Damage? Oh, okay.
I do 6 points of damage.
6. You can see you can see and hear the wood begin to crack, but the lightning totem is still standing. Is that the end of your turn?
Can I do anything else?
You can try to move if you want to take opportunity attacks from these spike armor guys.
Yeah, Grimlock just hops over them.
All right. There's the fourth one that was stuck to the totem that you just cracked up. He tries to attack you, but he obviously misses because he can't move from his area. But the other three try to punch at you. Okay. Damn it. I have so many tabs of everything open everywhere. So the 19, there's a 19 and a 22. Those would hit Grimrock. But they deal a paltry 2 points of bludgeoning damage. No, wait. They deal the additional lightning damage. Even their fists spark up. So they deal 10 total damage to Grimrock.
He's dying.
So they just as Grimrock is his vision is blurring, you can see them cheering, like jumping up and down. I took him, no, I. And one punches the other, and just knocks him out as the lightning bursts in his friend's face. So Warder.
Yes.
Actually, wait a minute. Warder is down right now, right?
No, he has 1 health point left.
A 1 hit point left. Okay, let's see what the 1 hit point Warder does. Your Yeti, right? There's these spiked armored hounds, as Megabolt called them. They charged at and took out one of your Yetis, which was your spellcaster. They beat him down into a freaking gnome form, right? Then they turned around and charged. 4 of them charged your actual Yeti. They managed to just barely take him down. All right. Your friend Ragnar was charged by 3 of them. 1 of them stuck in a tree, but 2 of them still facing him. And you're up in that tree. You were struck by lightning, and just as it's your go, you can see another lightning totem sprouting from the floor.
Okay. Can I get... Is Gildo surrounded? I have this...
Wildo?
Yeah,
They all
Gildo.
left Wildo. They beat a Yeti down into a gnome.
Can Voider get down the tree and make sure Gildo's fine enough?
You're okay. So you get down the tree. So your entire action is to get down the tree and do a you're fine action.
Yeah.
Okay, so Wildo, you get shaken back up, brought back into existence. You have no Haggard levels. All right. You have no max. Your maximum is 0.
Yeah.
So you can get back into the fight, but if you do, you will take a level of exhaustion.
Glowworms goes around. What happened? The last thing I saw was like several shiny metal cylinder-shaped objects.
Yeah, they're distracted. You just work with fire magic. Work it.
And remember, you're a gnome right now, and to change shape takes an action.
Would I have my bonus action remaining, or would that be used?
Nah, you can have your bonus action if you wanted to do something.
He is gonna hide.
Okay, so you hide. There's currently 3, and just as you're hiding in the corner of your eye, you see a 4th totem pop up.
Oh, great. Do I need to roll for hiding, or would I just...
Yeah, you could roll for hiding.
That is a 19 on the die.
Okay,
5 more.
You're pretty much hidden.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah.
So Voider just vanishes into the underbush.
Before you disappear, Gwildor asks you how dangerous are those totems and what do they do?
Yeah, Voider just looks at him and his eyes just kind of well up with with the fear that he first felt when he was shot. It's like, oh, they're bad.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he's got.
Okay. And I guess I will add a level of exhaustion
Mm-hmm.
to my sheet. What does the first level of exhaustion do?
It should be on the character sheet.
Yeah, I don't use your character sheet. I've been using the 5e
Oh,
character
okay.
sheet.
The first level of exhaustion gives you disadvantage on all your ability checks. Not saves, ability checks.
Yeah.
And it takes a long rest to heal one of those.
I actually need to start using your character sheet.
Yeah, I tried to put, the little any little thing in one nice package so you could just like click and mark and stuff.
Anyway, so what would my I gotta figure out what my AAP is for being small. It'd be 1.
It's normally a half. But because you're an old fart, when you cast spells, you can treat your AP as AP1.
So the first thing I'm gonna do is hide behind a tree and shape change into a. I can only go up one size right now, can't I?
Oh wait, your original size is a gnome?
Yeah.
Okay, that was a mistake then.
I thought all changelings were medium size anyway.
Okay, so then yeah, you look like a gnome, but
Yeah.
you're not a tiny little gnome. So yeah, you can you can go back into a giant yeti.
I didn't know if I could only shape change one size at a time or if I could just switch.
Once you can shape change, but it's a one size category of difference.
Okay.
In total, like it doesn't matter if you go from a yeti to a gnome, because you're originally a medium-sized character.
Yeah.
But you can go from a yeti to a gnome or a gnome to a yeti. It's all right.
Okay, then I'm going to shape change into a blue-skinned, orange-spurred yeti. And that will be my action.
Could he not be a
So
different color
he
this time?
disappears. He disappears behind a tree, and then you just see a huge puff of orange fur on either side of the tree. And Ragnar, at this point, let's see, that was one. So those watching would see a fifth totem, and he's not bunching them up; he's spreading them out now. But a fifth totem somewhere in the clearing peers up and explodes out of the ground. And even though most of you are far, you can hear the faint. So with that, Ragnar, what is Ragnar up to?
Ragnar is gonna punch back the goblin that spiked him.
Okay.
God damn it. That's a miss.
What is it?
4.
4 total? Yeah, 4 total is a miss.
No, 4 for the roll. It's 9 total, so.
Yeah, that's still a miss. Remember, you can use an unarmed attack as an offhand weapon.
I can?
Yes. That was that was part of the updated rules.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. So I can try that again.
It's at no minus, but you don't get to apply your ability modifier to damage.
Okay. But I do get to apply the proficiency, right?
To
the attack roll.
Yeah, because you're a street brawler.
Yeah. Well, that's still an 11, so.
Yeah, that still misses. Damn. Okay, so this one begins taunting you. He's like, ah, woof, woof. He's like dipping your brawls and stuff. Though your strikes are actually going over his head. He's pretending like he's dodging them.
Yeah, those creatures are really small.
Yeah, they're much smaller than you. They're just barely half your size. And we'll let's see. That was only two. He gets a third. Golly. So you hear this laughing, right? And the tree where Warder was gets struck by 6 bolts of lightning. One coming from Megabolt and one each from the 5 totems. And this is the first time you would see it, Guildo. And the part of the tree that gets struck bursts into flames from the heat and actually cracks and starts tipping over, like if he just blew off most of the wood and branches and everything from that lightning strike. And in the distance you hear, "Got you!" Though, he already moved. And with that, we'll go over to Grimrock. Grimrock, roll a... Oh, wait, no. You can roll a get back in the fight save or use your second wind.
Second wind.
Okay, so you use your second wind, and you have 3 of these little farts on you right now. Oh, no, wait, 2 of them. One of them was killed by his friend.
Excellent. So as Grimrock is lying there, his eyes just comes to, and he just heaves up, rah, like this, and he goes to the attack the closest goblin around him. So that is a 15.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit.
And that is damage.
If you do 5 or more, you take them out.
Yeah, that is 6.
Yeah, so you can narrate how you take them out.
Great. So Grimrock just heaves up, rah! That's how he punches this little goblin in slow motion, rah! And smacks it in the face. You just hear this thundering, connecting noise as and this goblin just goes flying into the air with a lot of stars around it.
All right, so he's out of it, and then almost from where the goblin was flying into the air, that sparkle of stars and that spark of him disappearing into the blinding sunlight above head, you can see the light turns a bit yellow in hue and starts falling down, and atop this light is the little brownie, and he falls to the ground. He's riding the coin. Before he hits the ground, he kicks off the coin, he goes flipping, and right by your side, it digs into the ground. And then he lands, he looks at you, gives you a wink, and disappears in a flash of light.
He gives me a coin?
Yep, you get a golden coin of inspiration.
Woo!
And with that, I think that was all of the friendly players, right? The friendly Saturday morning heroes, and now it is the vile turns of our evildoers. There's one spiked, armored-wearing goblin left that can attack you. He stares up at this towering mass of fur, grabs the bottom of his armor, lifts it up as if he's raising his pants, Then he pulls back his itsy bitsy fist, and you can see still lightning dancing all over him, and he just lets out a and swings his little fist at you. That would be your AC is only 17, so it's enough to hit. And though his fist stops, right? His fist seems like normally it feels like it would bounce off of your form, dealing only 2 bludgeoning damage, but it is followed by a small explosion of electricity, damaging you in total for 5 points. And I'm assuming you're still up, right? Yeah, I'm assuming you're still up, right? You just muted yourself.
Oh yeah, I said.
All right, so you're still up. You survived his attack. So he looks back up at you, goes, "Survived my attack, I see. I'm the strongest of them all." And he starts hopping. You know, getting ready to fight like if he's a featherweight championship boxer. But then we pan over, and there's still another one little tiny spiked armored goblin fighting Ragnar.
Weren't there 2?
You beat one, remember? Didn't you beat one? Oh no, you missed like crazy. That's right. So there's 2 of them. All right. So they each take their dash action to run away laughing. So you can take your reaction to get a opportunity attack on one of them.
Can I try to grab them or something?
Yeah,
Oh
sure.
god. I rolled an 18.
Were you attacking or grabbing?
I'll grab this time.
Yeah, he doesn't get away. He doesn't even get an opposed roll.
Yeah, that's cool.
So you grab one. So he tried to get away, and you grabbed him, and it just messed him all up. And he's trying to fight his he's using his action to try to break free, but he's failing horribly because he's just not strong enough to get away from Ragnar. However, the one that did get away runs over to a tree, jumps up, kicks off on the tree, then takes his move action to start running back at you and picking up speed, jumps up in the air, and then tucks and attempts to slam himself into you. Would a 13 hit you?
Who?
Ragnar.
No, it doesn't.
Okay,
Mine is 15.
So he misses. He comes close, and you can narrate how he misses you.
Can I do it on my turn, maybe?
All right, sure. But with that, it is actually Mega Bolts go. And the one who can see him the most clearly is Grimrock. Since Grimrock is in the clearing that is peppered with all of these lightning totems. Grimrock, you see him laughing, and you can hear him clearly. The power of Megabolt! Feel it, you furry creature! And then he brings it down again, his staff, and he's laughing, and he's actually attacking poor Grimrock, who was left all alone in this clearing. Let's see if, yep, 20 is a hit. We'll just say that Grimrock goes down as he gets hit with the same force that basically destroyed the top of the tree. Because, I mean, how much hit points do you have left, Grimrock?
Oh, I'm dying.
Yeah. So Grimrock goes down. But he's not down and out. Yeah, Grimrock gets shocked, and then after getting shocked, after all 6 bolts of lightning simultaneously converge on one point in this Yeti friend of yours, he's frozen in place and then gets exploded 10 feet backwards before falling to the ground. That's the extent of the evildoers go. So who would like to go first? I think our 1 hit point having warder, who should be the most stressed out right now. Warder, who as far as Megabolt is concerned, is nothing more than a pile of ash.
Can I see Megabolt from where I am?
You can see he's a very tiny little green dot. About, 110 feet away from you. He has crossed the trees that are in front of the clearing and then behind other trees at the other side of the clearing.
But I can see him clearly.
You can see him, but you'd be attacking with disadvantage.
I'm hiding, so I have advantage.
Alright, so they cancel each other out. It's a normal roll. Are you attacking with your spell or your arrow?
With my spell, because he's within range of that full force. Yes!
Oh, what's that? Yes.
You can see I rolled a...
Oh my gosh!
So that is 10.
So this little fireball comes out of no... Megabolt swears he destroyed the spellcasters of this group. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this fireball just streams towards Megabolt. And you can see Megabolt's eyes were lit up, pouring out lightning. And just as this little fireball connects, there is a huge ball of lightning. There's a huge ball of lightning, and the fire dissipates, and there's nothing but this ball of lightning before the ball of lightning explodes into a bolt of lightning up into the sky, and you hear, "It'll take more than that to defeat the great Megabolt!" And all of you can get an experience point as he uses Live to Fight Another Day.
Well, for now it looks like Megabolt. For now it looks like Megabolt is mega smoked.
And he brought out the shades. And he brought out the shades. Just for that, the brownie is just standing right next to you, looks at you, and just rolls a coin your way.
Wide will just pick it up, grinning wide.
Oh, all right. You guys could just narrate how you deal with the rest of these hounds, because there's only 3 hounds left.
Yeah. So for the guys that are with me, as that one was running away and I grappled him, the other stopped and tried to attack me. The one I grappled, I hold him tightly and I suplex him.
Alright, he gets suplexed into the ground.
Yeah, which cracks his head open, I guess.
No, it just leaves 2 little feet sticking out of the ground, wiggling.
And then Grimrock wakes up. He comes to his face, comes to his feet to be like the Undertaker, and then sees this little goblin just standing there doing this towards me. And Grimrock does likewise. And then they start to fight in this epic motions around the totem poles and everything. And then the little goblin goes for one punch He has a leaping punch towards Grimrock. Grimrock catches the punch and then grapples him and comes down to a smashing pile driver.
I'm sorry. I'm imagining like a cartoon version of Iron Monkey. I don't know if you've ever seen Iron Monkey, but if you have, you know exactly what I'm talking about. As they're like, light body skill flying over these totems and doing kung fu moves. This tiny little spike armor wearing goblin and this giant furry yeti. That was great. Wonderful. So basically, at the end of all this, at the end of the encounter, you receive 2 experience points for the encounter, which should put all of you at a total of 3 experience points.
Yep.
Because of the monologuing action Megabolt took during that fight. I'm sorry, Assad.
Do we not get it back since we kicked his ass and we got an epic one-liner at the end of it?
He stole that experience.
Does it count if you can't actually hear the monologue?
Yeah, I was way too far away, but yeah, I had 0 experience, so it doesn't even matter.
You know what? That's a good point. Let me make a note of that so I can change it in the next iteration of the rules.
I was knocked the fuck out.
So was I, actually.
It makes sense, but then it's so unfair.
What do you mean it's...
I mean, it's unfair to whoever survived it.
Yeah.
Who wasn't knocked out.
Yeah, I destroyed an army of goblins. I deserve my experience.
You destroyed an army of goblins. Well, that was in the last fight. I mean, you got your 2 XP from... You got it stolen from you, but you got your 2
Give me my experience back, motherfucker!
Okay, so as far as the testing goes, using a monologue against low-level characters is a little bit too mean.
It's terrible.
It's okay. So save monologuing for a higher tier. So we'll take that monologuing back. Anybody that did have those 2 experience points, you can keep those 2 experience points.
Yeah, I didn't actually give them to myself because I was late. I got in all of 1 attack from that fight, so I'm fine with not having them.
All right, your choice is yours. So don't monologue. Until what? Famous tier? That's when you guys are at least level 6, so you guys can survive being level 6s and stuff for a little longer. Yeah. So that's the end of this session. Beat up, haggard, and exhausted, our Saturday morning heroes stand triumphant. Some of which surrounded by these totems that in time slowly bury themselves back into the ground.
Oh no, I would have been burning the crap out of those things.
Or would be a flame burning to cinder. Burning to cinders. What will our heroes do? Will they chase after Megabolt deeper into the Wolfwood? Will they make camp here, licking their wounds, trying to tend to themselves? Or will they return to Fiskton to let Mayor Muttons know what's really going on, how much trouble they had, and how they managed to survive? Find out next time.
Find out next time.
Bum,
Exciting
bum, bum.
episode of Saturday Morning Tabletop.
Let's get
Starring
dangerous.
Brian as Grimrock, Rahib as Ragnar, Hatan as Warder, and Josh as Gwildo, and also starring Adam as Z. Don't know why I did that for.
That'd be great. You know what? You know it'd be wonderful when I finish these rules and get everything ironed out, and maybe after this stage, once we get into the beta, having an intro and an outro like that. Yeah, what you said would be great. So, what did you gentlemen think of this session?
I was desperately hoping for that final.
Oh, I loved my blizzard attack.
What do you think? What do all of you think of that cold breath attack? Did you think it was completely too overpowered, or the fact that he had to spend his recoveries to do that?
I guess that balances that out. I mean, because you need recoveries in this. You really need those.
Yeah, especially at these early levels. You guys. I mean, right now you're unknown heroes. This is the unknown hero tier.
Yeah, we can get like one level of Haggard.
Yeah, one single level of Haggard is all that you can take.
Except for me.
Except for Gwildo. Gwildo?
Gwildor! There's an R on the end of the word!
Gwildor. Gwildor. Except for Gwildor and Z. Since they're old farts, they won't even get their first Haggard, maximum Haggard level until you hit famous tier, which is at level 6. So yeah, they're paper thin, but they're glass cannons.
I like Mega Volt.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you have old wise wizard.
We have one old fart frost goblin, who's a traditionalist mage. Then we have a changeling old fart, who transformed into a yeti.
An orange yeti.
An orange yeti dealing triple damage and using the teachings of Belenos, which is one of the highest damaging schools there is. Okay, well, if you're watching now or later, bye.